Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to Wildermyth. In this, we are starting off like where we left off last time. We have to destroy Fian's 2 bone banners, and the Divan will keep coming. We have to do this quickly. So far, there's these enemies on the map: 2 elite enemies, 2 of the range bird units with armor, extra health, a couple of range units, and one rogue and one warrior. The rogue's annoying, but these guys are nasty. So yeah, you have to destroy the banners. Like, where exactly are the banners? Is that... Let's keep... Is that a banner there? That's a tapestry. Let's silk step forward. The enemy's going to keep pushing, so we have to basically be aggressive anyway. Let's infuse this tapestry. Okay. Okay. Well, there comes the elite guard. My money is that the tapestry's over in that direction. Which is probably a fair bet. Yeah, my money is that it's over in this direction. So let's... pin him. And take out the elite guard. You're going to push up. You're going to infuse. That's not going to really reach. Let's infuse that, and we'll go. No, so you can't do anything with that either. Well, let's rush you up then. There's the banner. Okay. He's dead. That's unfortunate. I'm going to shoot him because this guy is just going to be one of those 99% dodge things, which I do not like. Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay. They've got reinforcements turning up this turn, so we need to destroy these banners. We'll infuse that. Move up to here. Go Splinter Blast. Man, these things are annoying. The armor's holding for a moment. What is... Yeah, these guys are just... pain. And they're starting to get through our armor as well. And they're turning up with reinforcements. Take that one out, please. Okay. Killed that one and got some temp HP. You need to get up here and you need to attack the scenery, which will destroy that. Now we have to push down here, and we have to do it quickly. And they've got an elite trooper as well. Well, that's not great. So let's barrage these two. not happy with how this is technically going. He's going to basically put an arrow into my mage. He's going after my range units. Okay. You need to haul it over this way, because I bet the other banner's over here. You got shot. This is not great, and they have a fairly good chunk of magical resistance. No, let's just flame him. You need to basically fall back in this direction. You're not doing great, so you're going to fall back in this direction. Yeah, let's do that. Pin him with the tree so he's stuck in the tree and getting burnt. They're chasing us down. Yes, he's taken absolute pounding, so he needs to get healed quickly. Get over there and provide aid. Then we'll do infuse on the tree for a splinter blast. Man, these guys are tough. Well, shoot him in the face. You're going to get Guardian up. Now he's shredding the armor. We need to basic. Yeah, we're getting absolutely ripped to pieces, and then bring in reinforcements. Okay, let's constrict this one so it's hobbled. You're going to infuse. Both of these are absolutely useless for what I want. Okay, you put an arrow into his chest. You're going to run out here. Yeah, there's the banner. Okay, that's fine. Discus, which will take care of you. You can get stabbed. And they're bringing reinforcements again to try and hold us. Yeah, we're taking damage from the hawk guy who's still floating about. Attack scenery. Trevor's scroll is sold as well. Trevor's scroll has sold as well, attacking them, biting their backs. Now we thunder and fling. Now we catch them like the frogs between clutching claws. Warlord, we shall fly to victory or the veld. The warlord's bellow blacks out the sound for a thought barren moment. Then he comes charging down the hill. Bone guard, bone guard. Draven 1. On a tall and scarred by its lessons, it sings in the heat of pillaging a song of blood and dragons. Okay, kill all the remaining enemies. Okay, so we need to regroup, like, badly. Her health is in a rough shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather them all up. And then we're going to throw down... Okay. Oh boy. Who is still hitting me? As I'm at last. I swore I killed the bird guy. One more turn, perhaps? I don't know. Okay, let's... You're gonna get here. Claw him. You're gonna get here. Everyone goes hidden. And then we can set up an ambush. Since they will expect us to be over here. Okay, they spotted the hero, and the big guy's coming out to play. We need to kill off his bodyguard. Yep. I don't know why I'm still taking damage in that. I swear I killed... Okay. I need to shoot the bodyguard. You need to infuse... What do we want to get? Shaka won't do a great lot. Splinter Blast for getting rid of his armor will. Well, that's barrage. Well, he blocked it. That's not great. Let's get up here. And let's first shred your armor. And then we're going to claw you. We're again going to go in infusion. Steel flame. Crit hit. And there's still one opponent about. Ah, there he is. Another arrow for the elite guardsman. Well, two of these people are retiring anyway, so... Warding is nice. Who can I give warding to? She has already high warding. 1.6, 2.4... I need to start boosting her stuff up. Okay, now how do we do that? Oh, I know. Sorry, I know how to do that. I'm going to give it to him because it will give him an actual point. The mists and grey wet grime. The mists and grey wet grime of this earth have gotten on everything. As the warlord lies on the ground, bleeding. Warlord, Melon. With a groan and a huge hand grasps the crossbow from the dirt. No, get Melon. The arrow flies high and misses. And hits something. Crumpling his bow in his shaking fingers, Phelan dies, rolling a low Devan curse moan in his throat. Elsewhere, Wing sang, "We did not know. Your return was not barked by the birds keepers. I cannot return to a place I have not been. I left my warlord in danger and have come further than expected to find you. Where's the swell? You must leave him to a wistful fire, to dry the cloud skies off my back. Dresek Tarot Tor, more Ador, it speaks in the Draconic language. The Dravan chants mage words, his voice cutting practiced patterns in the candle sweet air. Josak Tarat Moor, he repeats over and over, and finally the flat-hammered Yandrik he sings. Summers follows spring, follows winter, follows fall. Shadows follow moonrise, follows sunshine, follows squall, and fire one day follows fire. This moon's for remembering. They camp at Widewall, tiding away the Javan dead. There's 3 heroes with a long road behind them. My meaningless, curious side wonders how our timeline might have differed if we hadn't attended the fair that day. I hear you, I also wonder, but I do not really know if I have anything wise I can say about it. I was so edgy, especially back then. I don't even remember, but I think I hoped Malin would pay me to throw the staff match. Something is over that night. We must have possessed a little wisdom to make it so far. Something is begun. The Swell is our warlord. The Swan is barely Dovan. He speaks Yadrik better than Drev well. The dragon turns its head to each voice and makes no noise of its own. Its gaze is a goad of every. His gaze is a goad of every impossible wish I've ever harboured. For Swen? No. In his summer eyes, warm, infinite intelligence. In his subtle mouth, a smile as hungry as the sun. Wensen Perek, you are fortunate enough to stand on the bridge between mean history and the sum of all Devan age. Amended people we now are. It is a bridge I built. Did you? From where I perch I see a Devar who had laid all his labours on broad, fitter backs. My back was bent, my fortune bowed. Even as I tumbled from the egg, you could never comprehend my life, Wingsen. If you could live it all in Cybric poem. Only my blood was fit, it is the dragon blood, for when may as well be an ox, and let him be slaughtered as one. Our people are here. Their king, the Summer King, is here. What I think you mean is he is dead, for when was meant to die at the Whale. Do I not understand you rightly? In that moment, no dissemblance can form behind Deven's jaw, so he shuts them. I ought not to have left him. I am glad that you did, Perek, sister. His voice nestles in you. It's not only Perek's rigid posture that is satted, then and remained. The long settled fate of all things is refigured. The dragon has spoken. Summon King, you can Kavan call me. Titles are for creatures who crawl and crave authority. The truth of me is crown enough. Kavan, egg-wet little wonder, you cannot know who Foen is or was. His might and force of will was what made your hatching possible, and what made our people strong. And yet I can hear it in your voice, sister, a sorrow. He did not listen to you, did he? His ear was wadded with honours, maybe. Summer King, see is not. My name is Cowen. Call me my name. You are old for your kind, and seeming forgetful, so I'll excuse it. You should correct yourself. He is alive now and alert, so do you believe you will control him too? My listening is sword sharp. Be warned and be quiet, for now I shall think and I shall eat. Ox would be good, and sheep and onions. My gathering thoughts see a picture of the world undragoned. I do not know what has passed in these years, but I am sure it all wants meaning. That is what I shall give it, a purpose. The night will age in grey. It will be buried in orange light. The first night of Cowen's real life is musically quiet, a pregnant rest preceding the world's next movement. I wonder if we could have saved the warlord. I know there's an achievement that gets you to basically avoid his fate. Maybe if we'd killed all his guards and like wounded him or something. Maybe that, or we had done things differently. I do not know. You get 14 years of peace. Okay. They lose some cards, not a ton. So these guys are going to be pretty dangerous. During the years of peace, Elsie wondered what had become of Waller, the unlucky cattle farmer. A visit left her pleased to see the farm fully repaired and a new herd of cattle happy in the fields. Now that the job wasn't quite as dangerous, Afen became a guide, travellers crossing the more treacherous stretches of swamp and mountain. Gruff finally translated the 5 Circles of the Wind, a story about a monk who would send messages through the clouds. Melin spent a month tracking a golden stag. As he finally raised his weapon for the kill, the stag looked at him straight in the eye and laughed. Melin went home with a prize greater than any set of antlers. While out for an evening stroll, Hex accidentally locked eyes with a forest squirrel. His efforts to give it the slip proved fruitless, and then they spent many long years in continual companionship. Don't look at me with those eyes. That's the last nut you're getting. From nest to wing, the dragon was insatiable. His curious palate wondered. Growing in bone and in weight and in wit, he left few creatures unawed. The Dravan, once united behind Foren, soon forgot their old lord. Even had none of them pledged for Corvain, Dragon's gravity would have bent Nason up around him. Corvain's early years passed unmarked by human eyes, well beyond the wilds where even hill painters went. If the predations and hunts of tribute had stayed in those places, likely all would have turned out differently. Brever continued to write letters to Marlin after settling down in Valkus Diggins. Did you know the did you know lists were mostly for Brever's own enjoyment, but Marlin read each and every one. I thought these two were married. Brever has retired. She's no longer in your party, but she will go into your legacy and may play a part in future stories. Sally sat down after her last battle and finally wrote down the tales from which she had amassed. The language was a little flowery and stories long, but insights rewarded those who gave each page the attention it called for. She has retired. In the years leading up to her retirement, Brever turned her humours to kinder purposes, telling stories that would make her juniors laugh and imparting a little wisdom where she could. So what would she get? Choose Zeren, Gruff, or Ellis. No, I think Ellis is her daughter, isn't she? So yeah, let's go with Ellis. Extra levels. Excellent. She's level 2 on the way to becoming level 3. We've got to go Paladin. She retired. Excellent. And we can get extra legacy points, but I think I'm going to get Gruff leveled up. And we are going to get... We're going to get Myth Weaver. Ooh, he got a transformation. Oh, because of the Star Touched. He loses a bit of armor, but increases in speed. When a Fenless tile has a 40% chance to make that tile celestial and grant plus 10 accuracy to all allies standing on it. Yeah, let's do that. His block goes down, but his speed goes up. Yeah. Ooh. So, okay. Now, this is the situation. We are slightly down on on folk. He's 86. When's his retirement age? He's going to retire after this chapter. Okay. So he's pretty much done. We need to focus on. Well, let's first focus on who we're going to have in our A company. We're definitely going to have him. I'm tempted to get his mace fully upgraded. Tier 3 mace would be nice. But you also need to think about who we're going to have as the replacement for our spearman, which was going to be her, the daughter. History, let's see. It's a folk hero. Who was her parents? Okay. I was just trying to see who her parents were. Right. Well, she needs to get slightly better gear. We could get her full plate, which would actually be pretty good. Increase her armor. Yeah, let's go with that. She can have that. He's got his bone bow. I don't know if we can increase it. It's going to take a lot of my heartwood to do that, though. And a good chunk of my spell thread. But yeah, he's our primary ranger. He's still running with basic threads, which are not great. So he needs to get better gubbins. Not that I can't afford it, because I've got quite a lot of resources at this point. So yeah, let's get him... Yeah, let's get him having just straight up robes. A lot more arcane damage, a little bit of armor, and a little bit of warding. Not as much as this, but I still have some other people to do stuff for, like her. Like, I really want to move her over to that as well, or maybe even going down there. I still think maybe him having some gear as well would be good. His speed would go down, but he'd have more armor. His dodge isn't going to be great because he's quite old at this point. Let's get him with that. Get him a touch of gear. Yeah, they can afford to have that. So you can get the improvements as well. I don't think I have anything to upgrade beyond a certain point. I mean, we could swap out her greatsword for a leaf greatsword, which is I like the leaf greatsword myself because of the bonus you get 10 HP for the hero when you crit effect, which is nice. Can't get his level 2. She's got a level 3 great weapon, great axe. Like, we could give her a shield. But that would prevent her from getting the great sword. He can't get an upgrade to his bow, whatever we do. And we could give her an upgrade to her spell. This is the thing, like, she's got a tier 3 weapon already. And she's going to be my primary. She's my most powerful mage at the moment. So yeah, I will give her a tier 3 wand. That takes up most of my raw resources besides spell, fabric, and ingots. She can't have anything. He's okay with that level of gear. So yeah, the only one that's really behind is her, and we said we can always get her stuff if we can get enough, like ingots. If we can get 3 more ingots and if we can get 3 more ingots, we can get her up to some basic link mail. And if we get some hardwood, we can give her a basic sealed, some hardwood and some more ingots. Monsters will draw extra monster card in every battle. In the canyon of his hatching, the Swen's enclave is a place of natural elegance. In ancient times, he says he often rested here and wrestled his siblings and weighed his pleasures on the world. Get off your haunches, dragon. Fall in for the cloud tasting. You can see a fine afternoon in the river valley. I was there 2 nights. There is an ambrose of snake root and pewter rose. Good smells to count your dead by. The flight itself is fun. I know it's common for your kind to make an egg, many eggs. She goes quiet. Exchange looks. Since I hatched, I am wondering whatever you might make one. I am asked that a lot. I do not expect common questions from you, Sven, so that is why my neck scales are edge to edge. You are destined species, and you live. You are destined species, and you will leave me alone soon. The egg is immortal. Obviously, it is my case. In my case, that meaning is truer. The Divan Vaswell claims his pale all bore dragon blood. That he himself. He believes too much in the stories he was told. No dragon has ever given life to another creature. Not because we can't, just. Can you? No. It does not surprise me, poor Vaswell. I will tell you something, Cravain, because you are like a little brother. I do not wish for eggs. We can choose to grow them, or we can choose not to. I choose not to. He says something. But I wonder what I'll do when you are dead, he says. My true kin, I was the first of them to be slain. I remember that I fell on the spike of the fenwalk. I filled my dying jaws with her. Don't imagine I didn't. But so I bled to sleep and slept a long time. I can only think they followed me to their eggs, my siblings. That I am the first reborn is poetry, isn't it? Maybe it would be business of my life then, when you're gone, to find them and wake them. And yes, one day. There are other Dravan I am sure you could take to. Cravain. Yassar is a young knight. He is smart and honourable and very funny, but today I am young enough to fly at your side. And now the grey bottle is clambering birches. Golden leaves make sunny islands on the river. The Divan came here. The swell did. Did you not notice a chest? She flips it open. Have you ever seen so many wrought and useless things, Perak? Well, I'll tell you, kid, it doesn't make much sense. Got some years on you, and I've never heard of our Uncle Dravar clutching after gemstone, or a coin piece, or even ornate weapon. I hear you, but this woman says all you have to do is come out to bitter cats with me. Ask others. Poor Miss Tamor lost everything. didn't even have much for them to take on account of her second husband from her farm down to the town proper. They slaughtered who stood against them and rummaged and took the most gleaming things they found. Hardly any meat, lots of heirlooms, gold, silver, jewels. It is only the first of such collections you can expect, mighty Coen. Now you're older, it's time for your descendancy. He is at an age where a sap. He is at an age with a sap drinking civic. Veswell, he is still growing. Ascendancy sounds like a fair amount of effort, also. Ascendancy? It is easier when you're younger. Your joints are softer, your mind is stronger. Veswell, Veswell, now you invite human animosity. I have noticed your shoulder is cold and bare since that time. I wonder if your bird simply refused to return to one who had betrayed its own swearing. Unfair, Travar was a good bird. A cougar likely snagged him. But letting the past be the past, I fail to see how a box of earth brights, be they silver or sapphire, will serve Coen. What good 10 such boxes will be, or 20? Could 20 such boxes be found, filled? It is a tall number for any militia to take on, certainly if they're veteran Devan. I thought the old warlord's death, that bone-headed knight, was meant to prevent anything like this. There's not really anyone else who can fight them like we can. And we can, if we're all up for it. I'm not in the worst shape, could leave the beer behind. Give me a battle trade. I can learn, I'm not far past my prime. I've got hoeing hands, farmer shoulders, country knowledge, peat in my heart. How long should you be held away from conflict, Kavan? It is better for posterity that the dragon announce himself rather than be found skulking amongst his nest nevers. The Dravan have aged in the Draven have aged in transparency, has he not? He hopes only to be around to bask in your glory. You are the sun before dawn still. The day will be ever long, and there is no reason to rush your rising. Breathe in the starlight, hear the song of things, and gain wisdom. What does the sun fear? I do not wish to be a cringer. My nation should be burned bright. +1 to Van Calamity. A dragon has no use for hurry. My sister is right. Yeah, let's go with that one. I'm also uncertain what all this treasure will yield me. I like its luster, but it's not as if I can sleep upon it. They exchange looks. Would you prefer we captured the mattresses, great Cavane? Blankets and pillows and curtains for your fearsome den. Colourful curtains? The audacity of the Dran Rage is never as high as it was that fall or the summer that preceded, but the Deven warriors are hot with imagining, and their eagerness to plunder gleaming things for their new lord does not fully ebb. Pick it up, I guess. So the company is called again to arms. They must trace trails and topple outposts, track stolen treasures to distant canyon, and there a mythical moor awaits them. Let's see you swing. Now, how are you not juggling your kneecaps yet? Aren't you old? I mean, aren't tired? Alright, fine. That's funny. Guess the thing I left is to decide your role. You have aptitude like mine, I think. You could be a mystic. Hey, lady. What do I know? We'll be a warrior, be a hunter, or be a mystic. We have in the party 4 warriors, 2 hunters, and 2 mystics. I think I'm probably going to hit for another another hunter. I admit there's more to it than I realised, but I always wanted to paint the hills. Okay. Capture 2 more Dravan sites. Discover what new power drives these enemies. Okay. We are spread all over the place. We've only got 3 legacy points as well. Rebuild Burt Scrats. Its walls have been breached and defences destroyed. They will need to be rebuilt. Okay. Most of the party's down here. Oh, this isn't great. We're going to have to split. Yeah. But that's for next time, folks. I think we're going to split the party 4 to, 4-5, like a party of 5 and a party of 4, which doesn't bode well for us, because some of our lower ranked fighters are pretty weak. And I don't have the legacy points really to hire anybody else. But that's for next time. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been the Draven campaign for the full release, and I shall see you all again next time. If you like, please hit the like button. If you were subscribed, please hit the subscription button. You can follow me on YouTube, or you can follow me on Twitter or on Steam, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye, folks.